Number 1. Samsung staff got jealous of RM and Jimin. Recently, a frustrating comment from a Samsung staff member has caused a major stir on the internet. What happened, you ask? Things all started when two BTS members, RM and Jimin, made the headlines for buying their own luxury apartments at the 91 Hanam, one of the most expensive real estate areas in Korea. Oh, and on a more impressive note, they made their payment all in cash, without any sort of debt burden. Of course, this news sparks the interest of millions of fans and non-fans alike. Korean netizens expressed their admiration for RM and Jimin on The Coup, praising how rich they are at such a young age. So there should be no biggie about two celebrities buying apartments, until one particular individual lost it. On June 3rd, this anonymous person who claimed to be a Samsung employee posted an article on the application Blind, with a very spiteful title. "I'm going crazy after reading the news that BTS bought houses." In the post, he just vented all his bitterness. These guys just did what they wanted to do and got popular because of luck. When it comes to effort, aren't I the one who always works way harder than those people? Do those guys even have to take their college entrance exams? Do they have to spend 4 years of their lives in college? Do they have to take an aptitude test to have a job? I bury my head in a job I despise, but even if I work my butt off every day, it's still impossible to buy a house. And those guys just do what they love and hit it big by lucking out. I'm so angry I might go insane. As anyone can guess, this filled with jealousy article has quickly turned into a heated debate. The majority slammed this Samsung guy hard because of how he put down BTS's effort and acted as if BTS had it all easy peasy in their career. People also stated that the chance of becoming a successful celebrity like IU or BTS is way more difficult than getting into universities or big companies like Samsung. But still, some people shared the same feelings with this employee. No matter how much hard work BTS puts in, you have to admit that the income disparity is too big, someone wrote. Well, feeling jealous of idols isn't something too unusual. Once in a while, several posts talking about this feeling just pop up on different social platforms. A thread from the Korean forum Pan last year also listed out all the reasons why people are envious of K-pop stars. They have money, they enjoy a luxurious life, they travel overseas, they receive expensive gifts, they have thousands of fans rooting for them, and they don't even have to take exams. Frankly speaking, seeing people who are your age or even younger than you get successful like that while you're still struggling, jealousy is inevitable. Peer pressure does hit hard. But keep in mind that every career has its own hardships. If you dig deeper into the industry, you'll learn that idols' jobs isn't simply being pretty on stage. Number 2. Cassiopeia, ELF, and HOTTIS got jealous of SNSD. Have you ever wondered why male and female idols nowadays barely interact? Even if they walk past each other, they just coldly nod and nothing else. Well, if you witness what happened to Girls' Generation back in the days, things will all make sense. During the rookie years of Girls' Generation, the members were faced with massive hate from almost every boy group's fandom, especially fans of TVXQ and Super Junior. Since these groups are all from SM Entertainment, the company often sent them to shoot commercials and variety shows together. Of course, Cassiopeia and ELF did not enjoy the idea of 9 beautiful girls standing close to their oppas at all. Just from a few friendly gestures, some dating rumors started to circulate and fans of male idols already flipped off. This eventually led to the infamous Black Ocean to protest against Girls' Generation at the 2018 Dream concert. The feud did not stop there. When Yoona, Yuri, and Sohyun filmed the Kabi song commercial with Taeyeon, Nickhoon, and Chansung from 2PM, another fan war began. Seeing their favorite boys wear only shorts and flirt with other girls seemed to be the end of the world for some 2PM's fans. They called Girls' Generation by horrible names, harassed the girls online, and even sent death threats. Since things weren't widely exposed on the internet back then, international fans may not know about this. But those years were indeed a time of struggling for both Girls' Generation and So-Ones. Number 3. JYP trainee got jealous of Sana. So you see from SNSD case, every time female and male idols interact, things aren't always sunshine and rainbows for everyone. This is why K-pop agencies nowadays ask idols to refrain from acting too friendly with colleagues of the opposite sex. With this rule, over-jealousy from fans can be prevented, especially when some idols promote by setting the image of boyfriend or girlfriend material. But every so often, some situations still require idols to have good chemistry with each other, like being MCs or teammates on shows. Sana and Jungkook were one example. In 2016, Jungkook and Sana were MCs on Inkigayo. As part of their job, the two did have some cute interaction. And one Japanese army, Inoue Akari, was not so happy about this. In her tweet, she said she hated Sana and hoped that Jungkook wouldn't fall for her trap. Akari even put the hashtag #OutSana at the end, which is such disrespectful behavior towards Sana, because she was just doing her job. Things even sounded weirder when people found out that Akari once said that she would marry Jungkook.
Nani?
Can I marry Jungkook when I'm in high school? I will be 20 in 6 years. Jungkook is still in his 20s, so I can try, right? I'm once and I like Sana and Chewie, but it's a different story if they date Jungkook. Jungkook belongs to everyone, so I don't like them touching him, Akari aggressively wrote. In fact, nobody would have cared about this if Akari wasn't a contestant on the show Nizzy Project, where Sana was a judge last year. Her jealous behavior then was brought up and heavily criticized by netizens. Some even asked the show to eliminate Akari immediately, since they think that someone with such jealousy could not be an idol. When the show aired, some fans wondered if Sana learned about Akari's past because she didn't give Akari any comment after her performance. Number 4. Hongbin got jealous of Shinee and EXO. Last year, when VIX's Hongbin held a live broadcast on Twitch for his channel's 1-year anniversary, things just went downhill so fast it turned into a disaster. At first, everything was just fine. There were some congratulations, some jokes, some laughter, but then Hongbin started talking rudely towards his viewers. People thought he was simply kidding until he flipped the bird at them. Something's clearly wrong here, but there's no one around to stop him, so Hongbin just continued acting lousily and trash-talked other idols. The first target was Shinee. While watching Shinee's performance of Everybody, Hongbin made a bold comment. Who threw a crappy idol song in a band's playlist? Did Hongbin seriously call his senior song crappy? Oh yes he did. Now let's see what he had to say about EXO. Want to know something cute? This is something that SM teaches you. They tell you to do everything, like what gestures, what moves. There's always people in charge of training all this. And they will break things down for everyone. But for VIX, we learn everything on our own. Viewers felt like Hongbin got quite annoyed because EXO was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. If that doesn't sound bitter enough, Hongbin added another snide remark after watching EXO's Wolf, implying that the nation's pick would never be as good as his group. I've always been a vampire, and those people were wolves. It's funny because vampires always win. Who do you think will win? The vampire or the wolves? I think it'll be the vampire. Try to keep up with us. It's sad to see that no wolf can keep up with our pace. Then he proceeded to belittle Red Velvet's Red Flavor, get irritated at Infinite's Be Mine stage for having awful choreography, and call On and Off songs outdated. This behavior obviously did not sit well with netizens. People started calling him out on every social media, pointing out that Hongbin was just projecting his own insecurity and jealousy of other idols' success. Even fans couldn't shield him this time, since his action was way too rude and unprofessional. If you ask how Hongbin had the audacity to say all that stuff, he was very drunk at that time after downing 3 bottles of soju, as well as 1 full bottle of wine. But being under the influence of alcohol is no excuse for what he did. 2 hours after the live broadcast ended, Hongbin went on Twitch again to apologize, only to dig himself a deeper hole by leaving another sarcastic comment. If you swear at someone, sleep will come easier. I know I made a mistake, so since your mood is ruined, I hope you sleep well while swearing at me. This time, nothing could be helped. Eventually, Hongbin had to leave VIX as a consequence of his behavior. Well, it seems like even idols can't hide their jealousy towards others sometimes. So, what are your opinions about those incidents above? Do you think feeling jealous of idols is understandable or unacceptable? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to BeBoss TV, and hit the notification bell to watch our videos as soon as they are uploaded. Thank you for watching!